Hey. Hey, man.
Oh, Dracula, how you doing, dude? This is
Oh.
rough, dude. I'm having to do this from my cell phone. It seems like the cabal that runs the world doesn't want us to get out the truth. They shut down my internet.
Oh, where did you, oh man, that is
I've done
that is
recently.
spectacular.
I gotta apologize to everybody out there in the audience. Sorry for the delay. It's all my fault. Uh, but as
Mm.
you can see, I'm here with. Well, I don't know if you can even tell in the photo. I think it's the way it's cropped. You don't know who I'm with, do you?
I no, is that Paul Wall?
Well, we'll save that reveal for the end of the show.
Okay.
Um, but it's someone you should be pretty
Mm.
familiar with. Two people you should be pretty familiar with. I'm trying to figure the angles on this is so weird.
I'm starting
Um,
to think that maybe that's the former president and perhaps new president, right?
oh, we'll save the reveal for the end of the show. Some
Okay.
pub girls indeed. How you doing, Dracula?
Man, I'm good. I'm glad we were able to save the stream from being rugged.
Dude,
Um,
me too.
Obviously the Illuminati is onto you. So I hope you get a new VPN or something.
Well, the craziest thing, this is why I know it's the Illuminati, is because I turned off my VPN so I would have unobstructed, fast internet access for this stream, no latency. And the second I turn it off, the internet's killed, dude. And so now I'm definitely done on that long, dude. I talk about my long all the time on this show. And if you know anything about me, you know I'm 56% down. And so they're kicking me while I'm down. They're kicking me in the ribs, dude. I'm not gonna be able to afford internet here in a week or so if I can't get back on there.
Yeah, they're just they're trying to ruin you financially. They're trying to stop the truth from coming out.
They're trying to
Uh,
ruin my reputation with the
trying to
people.
ruin
I'll
your
just be honest.
reputation. Yeah, it's a whole thing. So we got to
I
stop
wonder.
this.
I wonder why more people don't live stream from their phone like this. I mean, look at the dynamism. I'm sure I'm giving some people motion sickness if you're watching this.
It actually looks pretty good. I mean, like I'm like why do I have a $500 webcam when I could just do this from my phone?
Well, God bless Tim Apple. You got $1,000 camera in your pocket, buddy.
That's true. That's true. So big news was it's live, right?
Oh yeah.
Um, Now this is kind of funny. If you're looking at the charts right now, it's very similar to the day that the Bitcoin ETF went live, which is like everything's red. Everybody's like, wait, this was supposed to pump our bags,
Mm-hmm.
not tank the market. Um, yeah, he says big news means dip.
Was
That's
priced
about
in.
right. Yeah.
Priced
The
in,
good
baby.
old buy the rumor, sell the news. Um, I think some people really got to take advantage of the market uncertainty over the weekend. We saw when Biden first was dropping out or whatever he was doing, the market
He wrote a
tanked.
letter.
Yeah. Um, you know, the market tanked, then the market started to pump. Definitely some whale games going on. Yeah, you know what? We're here for you. Justice. We're here
Dude,
for you.
you know how people were saying that one firm shorted Truth Social stock right before they pulled the trigger on Trump?
Yeah.
What we had over the weekend is we had the reverse. We had some finance guys going long ahead of giving Biden COVID, ahead of injecting him with COVID 19.
See, and,
Um,
and this is why your internet's cut off.
I know I'm hearing this in the back rooms. I got my contacts in the Democratic Party. They're telling me that was the plan all along. Uh,
Well,
was
the
so that they
Philly
could
associates.
dump ETH on us, dude. They could dump their
Yeah.
shit ETH on us.
Yeah, I think your Philly associates are pretty dialed in there. So
Dude, don't even bring him up, bro.
Yeah, I
Billy,
shouldn't be saying that on stream.
you're playing with your life here, buddy. I know you're an ATL. I know you got some real hard people down there, but you better be careful, buddy.
I got a gang of shooters, man, waiting for the Illuminati to come for me next.
That's right. We're gonna
Hey,
pick up
good
the Kamal
morning.
from Pink Poli. Hey.
Good morning. Good morning. Are you able to see the comments and stuff on the screen? It's probably pretty small on your phone.
Yeah, I'm seeing. I really appreciate Justice Wass's. I feel like it's cutting off. I'm sure his name is
Okay.
longer, but it says Justice Wass.
He's just saying that he appreciates that you're out there. You're still streaming live from the trenches despite all the things that are against you right now.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you appreciating the fact that I'm risking my life out here. You know, I could go at any moment.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of like the same old story with the ETF. I mean, this is what happened with Bitcoin, right? They're like, well, we're happy the ETF is live, but Grayscale has $9 billion in it. You know, so I think what happens is it goes live and then everybody's sitting around being like, wait, they're about to dump on us, so why would we buy right now? And on Bitcoin, I feel like I remember there was a good bit of dumping the first few days. I think that for the people that are going to have large holdings, they know that they can probably dump for a few days and people are going to stop buying and everything.
Yeah, the demand is going to recuperate, right, in the long term.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll see the same thing where, we're probably going to be sideways, maybe even a little bit on the dump side here for a few days. But it's inevitable, just like the Bitcoin ETF, that, I mean, we're going to pump back on this. I mean, at the end of the day, I was reading a thing and they kind of said it best, which was that you can say what you want about these ETFs coming out, whether it's good or bad or whatever for, crypto or for the industry. But at the end of the day, it's opening up an entire new asset class to people that have not had a new asset class to play around in for like 30 years. So money is going to go into these no matter what.
Yeah, they're going to find their way into portfolios one way or another. People are going to learn how to use this tool. My thesis, uneducated as it is, completely vibes based, has always been this, Dracula. And I want to hear what your thoughts are. From my cursory research into ETFs, generally what you'll see is more just price stability and then general tracking with the market going upwards, right? So I don't know if we're going to have some kind of insane 90% pump in 24 hours in the next couple days or weeks or months, but I would see probably a more a less volatile march upwards and to the right. Am I right?
That's kind
Maybe
of
some,
that. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean when I say, like, I think it'll probably be like the Bitcoin ETF, where that's basically what happened with the Bitcoin ETF, right? I mean, you had the initial dumping, but at the end of the day, the inflows start because there is so much volume and everything. It's more of like a slower march up in terms of like that affecting the price. It's still taking tokens off the board. Like I said, a lot of people are like, oh, there's people that debate that these are negative for price because these people will be able to affect like the total price action by like being able to dump so much on the ETFs. But I think looking at Bitcoin, we haven't really seen that. I think that you're still looking at people that have that view, I think, are still looking at it from a very like crypto smaller community kind of perspective where, yeah, I mean, this is a good point, MVK. I mean, yeah, suits will tell their friends about their shiny new toy. I mean, yeah, it's like the truth of the matter is, if you're looking at the stock market compared to the crypto market, it's it's a drop in the ocean, right? I mean, maybe not the ocean, but it's a drop in the lake, right? I mean, it's you're still the exposure to this is just still going to change everything, in my opinion. It might take some time, but yeah, I mean, it's a new asset class. Like even in this article you're seeing here, this is what it's going to be like for every ETF, right? So like for the Ethereum ETF, people were already like, oh, like, you know, Ethereum does all these things that like Bitcoin doesn't do. And, it can be staked and earn yield. And, it's going to be like this for every ETF. Like if there's a Solana ETF, they're going to be like, it's like Ethereum, but it's really fast. And, you can get tokens for like cheaper than you can get, in Ethereum. And, it's just it's going to be so on and so forth, because these are people that are not exposed to the crypto market yet.
Yeah, I think there's a huge opportunity here. It may have already been filled by advisory positions, right? Like people coming in that are crypto native. They're probably already in contact with these firms. I think people are pretty excited because they think that they can run the same game that they ran like in the last like 6 years against, I hesitate to call retail because it's a very loaded term in crypto, but I guess I would say individual actors. But institutions play a different game, so I'm assuming that the questions that they're going to be asking, the numbers they're going to be looking at, are going to be a little bit more intense. When people are saying, yeah, it's going to be exciting, right? They're going to say, oh, we could do all this new stuff with this new asset class, right? We can stake, we could do all this stuff, but they're going to want to know, like, well, what do I do if there's a hack, dude? I need some insurance on this bad boy, right?
Yeah, and I mean that's I guess part of the nice thing about the ETF, despite it being like I guess a retail product, is it will take a lot of that uncertainty away. And I think that's why you are hearing more like friends that I have like in more like the traditional finance areas. You're already seeing that where like people with really big accounts are getting sold on like it's not a big part of their portfolio, but they're getting sold on like, yeah, go ahead and put like, 1 or 2% in Bitcoin. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's like what it's all about. I was going to throw this back up, Damien here. So far, the ETH ETFs had 59 million traded versus 183 for Bitcoin, ratio of 32%. To me, that sounds about right. You know, yes, Ethereum is one of the big dogs. It's the second biggest crypto token besides Bitcoin or whatever, but you're still going to see a lot of people that have never heard of it.
Mm.
So, and I mean, that's also just going to move down the chain, like I think that every additional ETF is going to have diminished returns compared to like Bitcoin, Ethereum, but you're still looking at billions of dollars. So, and like I said, the ETFs take the actual asset, take it off the board. So, I was going to say maybe we should have talked about this first, but you had the ETF, and then, this is what we were talking about when the show started, was just the insane uncertainty that started on Sunday.
Yeah, I remember I was at the beach, dude, and I got I thought it was a joke at first. Biden resigned with a letter to social media. He resigned like he was making an apology, a YouTube apology or something, like he said a bad word online.
You dropped your phone and you fell to your knees in the sand and you just cried out.
Yeah, all my plans dissolving like sandcastles in the tide. Yeah, no. I mean, I was just very surprised. It seems like it's been a. Have you seen him where the letter is it fake? Yeah, I did see some people. Look, I've seen a lot of conspiracies flying around that it was a coup, that it was that they forged his signature. He's in hospice. He's got COVID-19. I don't know what to believe. I just know they got him out of there, and it's kind of funny because people were asking that for a good long while. Um, it seems
Yeah,
like that debate really just was the final domino, right? But
yeah. I mean,
generally, people have been reacting pretty positively in the crypto markets as a result of this, though, right? Because they view Trump as the more pro crypto candidate. Vance having his VP pick having been, I guess, a degen at some point.
yeah, he's
Taking
got like a
Solana
tech
shitcoin.
VC kind of background, and I guess there are people that I'm sure this is also conspiracy, but yeah, there's people that have claimed they've found wallets, and he's at one point been a crypto degen. think he owned a Milady at one point.
Oh, that's a good sign.
Yeah, I mean, also, like I said, who knows what the truth is. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going around. Now, I think it's like you said, it is kind of crazy because I think in any other timeline, um, like I said about like the ETFs and crypto, it's like we have our little like crypto community, which is still a lot of people and a lot of whatever, but it's like people tend to not realize that, yeah, I mean, you could still take the entire crypto market cap and it doesn't compare to like the world markets, the stock market. So, traditionally something like this would have caused massive uncertainty. The markets would have tanked. So yeah, it is very interesting that the market tanked, but then it pumped. And I think the only reason the market's red today is really because of the Ethereum ETF. I mean, so it's kind of insane that we've at least maintained status quo at the moment. Like I said, considering that usually this would send people that have money in markets into like a tailspin.
Oh yeah.
But it's like you said, I think the uncertainty with that administration makes people say, okay, well, the more crypto friendly people now have a better shot, so I'm comfortable like leaving my money in.
Yeah, I think that's got to be a part of it. People might feel a little bit more confident that I guess Trump is going to lock a win and they're going to get all their dreams fulfilled with with crypto mass acceptance. We'll see. They're still just playing a politics game, right? They're all still just trying to appeal to different blocks to get the votes they need. But things do look hopeful. Like we've said, Vance seems like a degen. Um, I wanted to touch on something kind of still unrelated to blockchain, but isn't it kind of crazy? I heard Jimmy Carter died today. It seems like they're either killing all the presidents and former presidents or trying to. Like, next was what, W or something? Like
Yeah, it's just like a lot happening all at once. Now, you shared this with me, and if this is true, this actually gives me hope.
Oh yeah. So this I think might have swayed my vote a little bit. I think I might get out of crypto, dude, if this is true. I'm not sure if this is true. It could be fake news, but
Is it
guys,
fake news?
guys, I don't know. I want the audience to tell us. Do you think it's real or not? And if so, do you think how this is going to impact the markets? Because
How will this affect our tokens?
I think we'll see a couple meme coins launch possibly.
Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of interesting here. He says Vance is a big AVAX guy, if true. Yeah, that was kind of one of the first things I saw. Somebody I mean, who knows what the odds are that this guy would buy like a vanity name for his wallet, but apparently there was like an Avalanche wallet that was literally like JD Vance at, so who knows if it's actually his or not, but apparently is like a top 5 holder of Avalanche. So, oh, here's another good one. I like this. Yeah, this is a good way to look at it. 1% of all the world's wealth is in crypto. So, like I said, sometimes when we're on the timeline, hanging out on Twitter, Telegram, sometimes these things get like amplified that aren't necessarily how the world works. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do think ultimately, people, some people seem confident that people are gonna, there are people that seem confident that Kamala Harris coming in is like bullish and it's gonna, give them a better shot at winning in November. I just, I don't know. I just think there's just too much uncertainty, this close to the election. It's probably not a good thing for them, but
who knows? But there were probably some really big poly market winners, I'll say. And relating this back to Fantom here, we had a betting pool that was kind of on this, wasn't there? We looked at it last episode.
Well, I would love to pull it up, but they've rugged everything. So in true GMSONIC form, we're like talking about
the GMSONIC curse.
Yeah, the GMSONIC curse. We're like talking about the Snell or escargot or whatever prediction market, And yeah, they like I guess they rugged Sunday or Monday or they rugged like in the last couple of days.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm furious, dude. I'm completely furious about this because I was singing their praise. I was like, "This is cool. We need more of this, right?" And then what do they do within like 24 hours? They rug, dude. Come on now,
Well,
embarrassing. They owe me. Okay, I don't even own any snail. They owe me, man.
well, we need like a prediction market for sure on Phantom. And then hopefully one opens on Phantom or, worst case Sonic. But yeah, the poly market effect is crazy. If you guys aren't familiar with poly market, it's like, the probably the biggest prediction market where you're literally just, betting on is this going to happen? Yes or no. Um, I'll just pull it up real fast. But, you know, I had this conversation with somebody not too long ago about how poly market can almost be scary. Um, I guess there's just so much money on the line sometimes. It's almost like, how do these people know? So there was a poly market wager that came out on like Friday or Thursday or Friday. I almost took it just because I thought it sounded interesting. It literally said Joe Biden will resign by Sunday.
Wow, that's a
And I'm just like,
short-term win.
what? Like, I swear there's like stuff like this that happens on Poly Market where you're just like, yeah, cool. Some guy just made $1 billion. What did he know? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I feel like you don't have to be that much of an insider to make a pool like that and make the right bet. You just kinda gotta be a DNC staffer. You just gotta be one of the people in it on K Street, I think is what it's called in DC. You're just at the bar. I was thinking that there's probably a lot of good alpha there if you just go there and get drunk every night and just try to talk to just try to talk to these professional DC types. You just be like, "So, what's up with Biden? You guys like him still?"
Well, and I'm sure, there was a lot of chatter last week as far as, people, there were all these reports that so and so went to go see him. So, and everybody's telling them to drop down. So, but I'm just saying that you get these things like this where I don't know, it's just unbelievable. Like I said, that was the wager was
Yeah.
he'll
I
drop out
think,
by Sunday.
am I wrong? I heard, Plus dot Bet is gonna be launching a prediction market, something like this.
Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe that's what I was like, I feel like somebody's got a prediction market coming, but
Mhm.
um yeah, if anyone's doing it, it's probably them. I know there's some other people talking about it with the Snell collapse, even though the front end was not very pretty, but hey, we had something, right?
Mhm. Yeah, what a shame, what a shame, dude. It feels bad, man, it feels really bad. So my condolences to anyone who was affected by that. THC is saying that they got burned pretty bad.
Yeah, I guess they were
Um,
kind of like partnered up, so that's a bummer.
yeah, Snell, come on here, defend yourself. Explain what happened, dude. Were you
Oh, they're
arrested?
gone because they even the main dev or whatever, he would, sometimes drop me messages just telling me like what they were working on or what's going on. And I noticed I had a deleted chat in my Telegram and I was like, oh, who's this? And I was like, oh yeah, it's the Snell guy. So I think they dipped, they scrubbed everything. They're out of here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I mean, I looked at the chart and I was like, he sold like a couple $1,000s. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes people blow my mind. I'm like, you're gonna
Yeah.
throw it all away for a couple $1,000s and you've been working on it for months, and it doesn't make
Were
sense to me. But
were they doxxed or something? Or are they you think they're gonna try and come back under a different pseudonym maybe?
perhaps you never know.
Maybe it just got too much for 'em, the pressure for the snails.
The snails were getting real expensive. You got to buy them all this fucking food.
Yeah.
The food costs like a nickel a day to feed 10 snails. That shit adds up.
That's
Um,
crazy because I wouldn't even do that. I would just grab grass. Just rip grass at the ground.
oh, now I didn't know this, and that sucks. So condolences, especially to the THC crew. Apparently, he was able to take all the THC that was in like the betting pools because people were allowed to
Wow.
bet with THC as well. So,
What
um,
a scumbag.
yeah. So we're gonna find him, guys. We're gonna get him.
Yeah, we gotta create a fandom task. That would really set us apart from other chains if we had a Sonic task force of just black ops guys we're deploying to different ruggers. That might be the one solution we need.
Yeah, so that is sad. Yeah, like Miner says here, it was not for very much money. I guess
All
when you
for
combine,
4K.
yeah, hate to see it. So, but going back to our original point, it was that of course we just were casually chatting about it on Friday and pulling up the screen and everything. So,
Yeah.
yeah, can't beat it.
Well, not to dwell too much on negative aspects, negative happenings in the Phantom ecosystem, but in the positive news, meme season 2 started yesterday. Am I right?
Yeah, it started Monday, yesterday, the 22nd. Yeah. Um,
Right on.
so we're back. The board is up. Let's pull up
I
the
like this
board.
graphic.
They updated the colors and stuff on the board. So
Beautiful.
now we got a hot pink. But yeah, we're just we got
You
all
got
kinds.
Fiery up there, dude, and
Yep.
Phantom Eco. These are two
Yeah.
characters I'm familiar with.
Well, so you're already seeing, it's what we discussed before season 2 went live, that they were changing the way the points were calculated. So it's interesting. So you're already seeing a difference on the board. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Tango is already in the number 2 spot. They got some thick liquidity. Hoops up to number 1. Sonic Goat 3. F-Sonic, that's somebody that I was thinking, we were discussing this on the last show where F-Sonic was a team where when we were looking at all the tokens, we were like, hey, those guys got a lot of liquidity, so they're probably going to do pretty well in round 2.
Mhm.
But also you got to think in round 2, it's going up to 6 winners now from 3.
Mhm.
So it's going to get interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be, I guess, more accessible. So we should see more activity, right? Because I feel like a lot of people probably checked out. They're like, "There's no way I'm cracking top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Those numbers are just too big for me." So I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to get some of these folks on the show, dude. Let's get F Sonic. Let's get Fiery Dev. We had THC on already. Maybe we reach out to Tango. I don't know, guys.
Yeah,
Get on here, dude.
somebody wrote me about Tango. If anybody from there wants to come on, oh, this is interesting. It says Beethoven X has the most TVL on Fantom right now. Yeah, I
Oh
mean,
yeah. As a
you know,
longtime beats holder, I love to hear that.
but yeah, if any of the teams want to chat, I mean, I know it's probably scary to come on after Tinfoil comes on because he's like having like a real TV personality on your show. But yeah, if any of these guys wanna come out, hit us
We'll
up.
make it easy for you. It'll be fun. Trust me. Look at
Yeah.
me. I'm on my phone, dude. Low maintenance.
Yeah, low maintenance, or you can even throw up a PFP, whatever you want to do. You don't have to dox necessarily.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, meme round 2 has started full swing. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. Like you were saying with the top 3, how I think some of the teams last round you got to a point where you're like, well, there's no way I'm going to be able to get to 3. Um, but what you saw was this effect where there were, for those top 3, it became like really volatile. There was just tons of buys, tons of sells. People were kind of trying to pick their winners every day. And I think that opening it up to 6 should make it interesting because now there's more things to speculate on. There's
Mhm.
more things to, say a team's in seventh place. Maybe someone's going to say, hey, I'm going to place my bets here while the token's cheaper. So the game has changed a good bit. I think it's going to be interesting for round 2 for sure, though.
Hell yeah. Any other big differences from round 2 that we should mention before we move on?
Yeah, they're counting the liquidity and, compared to market cap. So we've gone over that some, but if you weren't aware, they've switched the metrics for how teams are earning points. So that's kind of why the board is shuffled a good bit. So
Mhm.
yeah, so now liquidity is like the heaviest metric for your placement on the board. And I do know that there were 2 teams on the board, Speedy and Pedro. They have been removed from the competition. I don't really know all the details on that, but I know that they are kind of watching, they were watching for things like, if someone's trying to manipulate their standing. So I know it has something to do with that. So yeah, Speedy and Pedro are out of the mix this round.
Ah, right on. Okay. I know those were pretty controversial last round, so interesting move by the foundation. Now, um, I want to like, I guess, let's make this like, let's make it clear kind of how people can help then, right? Like, if you haven't launched a meme coin, you don't need to launch a meme coin. Just support your favorite one, right? Go out there and try to drum up some liquidity, do some trading. That's really the way to kind of facilitate your rise up the charts at this point, right? It's creating those LPs.
Yep. Yeah, and that's I'm glad you mentioned that because I probably should have said that the first round you had to have tokens in your wallet. LPs did not count. Looks like we lost Corval again. Here he's coming back. You know, LPs did not count the first round. So this round, like you can obviously they figured, okay, since liquidity is the main factor in all of this, they're going to count your LP tokens. So yeah, if you want to help your favorite project, LPing is probably the best thing you could do. And I think you'll probably see these projects trying to find ways to like raise liquidity, because that's the thing about it. It's purchasing power, right? Like you have to be able to acquire more liquidity. So I think teams are going to have to get creative because you're going to hit a wall at some point where you have all the liquidity you're going to get at the moment. So I think we're going to see some innovation, see some interesting stuff coming up.
Oh yeah, it's what I'm excited to see. So yeah, guys, get out there and start, LP hunting, bro. Try to find some liquidity providers.
Oh, here's an
Um,
interesting comment from Damien. I would love to see Boo developers on stream. Now, that's funny. We actually were gonna have a really big spooky episode. This was probably right after consensus. We had it all lined up, but spooky, they had a lot of new stuff that they've been working on. That's like some of it's come out, but some of it hasn't. So we delayed so that they could kind of like get their bearings more on like what they can talk about and introduce and all of that. So yeah, we would love to have those guys on too. Yeah, it'll happen. Like I said, I mean, we had it scheduled at that point and everything. But yeah, I mean, anyone. Like I said, it's funny. We'll
we got
pretty much
Silver
chat.
Swap possibly coming soon too. We were in talks with them at consensus as well. All these dexes, I think they're stressed out about Sonic coming up. So I think they're trying to get all their little duckies in a row before they start making some big PR approaches. That's how I'm coping. Maybe they're just nervous about being on stream with us. I don't know. But
They're
no, I
worried.
really do think they got a lot going on at the moment. We're going to get them on, though, as soon as they're ready.
Yeah. Corval's a wild card. You don't know what he's gonna do, so you have to be prepared for anything.
Yeah, they know I'm going to ask the hard hitting questions that you want to know the answers to. Like, where's the freaking money, dude? That's the first question I'm going to ask Snail.
Where's the freaking money? Um, so yeah, we were touching on all that. I was just gonna pull up the Phantom chart real fast.
Let's
We've
do it.
already talked about the market a good bit, but in terms of the daily on Phantom, I think that this is decent. We're getting
Yeah.
above the trend line here. We're holding right now. I think we're going to bypass that uncertainty that we were talking about with the political stuff going on. I think that we're just kind of seeing some red here with all the ETF stuff, the sell the news kind of deal. So yeah, I don't think this is a bad place to be for Phantom. Maybe I'll just move this guy out of the way so he can see better. All right.
If we can just keep above 50, I'll be a happy camper.
And you won't be liquidated.
Yeah, well, I won't be liquidated. That's true.
So,
I hate to give up my numbers here just in case the goat's watching or something. And he wants to get some free dinner on me. You know what I mean?
yeah, he's gonna run the stops on you.
Exactly, dude. My worst fear.
But yeah, that's pretty much it today. We're probably gonna cut it a little short since we got rugged earlier and had to get the stream back up.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I don't know
Hey, you
what's
made it. You
happening
made
here,
it
man.
happen, though, man. That's what's important.
It's because I care so goddamn much about you people, this community.
That's right, man. He got his cell phone running, got right back in. So that's dedication.
Right. They could take my internet, they could take my PC, but they're gonna have to take my life to end this stream, buddy.
So yeah, you know, the usual Phantom Talk. You can watch our streams on X, YouTube, GM_Sonic. We're gonna start getting this stuff sliced up so that we can get podcast format back up and running. That should be coming within the next week or so. So yeah, we will see you guys Friday. Drop us a line if there's anything you want us to talk about, and we will catch you next time.
See you later, skaters.